Okay, so for years we've known AI as this conversational partner, right? You ask a question, it gives you an answer. Simple. But what if AI could do more than just talk about the work? What if it could actually do the work for you? Well, that's the huge shift we're looking at today, the leap from a simple prompt to a finished project.
So it really boils down to this fundamental difference. On one hand, you've got the chatbot, the AI we're all super familiar with by now. It's an incredible tool for answering our questions. But on the other hand, you have something new, the autonomous agent. And this is the next evolution. It doesn't just answer questions, it takes your high-level goal and actually executes the tasks to make it happen.
I mean, we've all been there, haven't we? You're in the middle of a project, you ask a chatbot for some help, and you get a fantastic piece of information back. But that's exactly where the AI's job ends and all of your real work begins. And that really gets to the core of the chatbot's limit. Right? This is the frustrating part. You get the raw information, but now you're the project manager. You have to go and check if the facts are even right, you have to reformat everything to fit your document, and then you have to figure out all the practical steps to actually integrate that answer into your project. The AI gives you the what, but you're totally stuck doing all of the how.
But this is where things get really, really interesting. The autonomous agent is designed to solve that exact problem. So instead of thinking of it as a tool you command, think of it more like a proactive partner, a virtual colleague that takes your goal and just runs with it from start to finish.
So what is an autonomous agent, really? Well, here's the definition. It's an AI that can plan and then execute a whole series of tasks all on its own. It's not just reacting to one question at a time. It actually looks at your end goal, figures out the steps to get there, and then, it just does them.
And I love this analogy because it makes the whole concept click instantly. A chatbot might tell you which aisle the book is in, but an agent is like having a research assistant who goes to the library for you, finds the book, reads it, summarizes the key points, and then hands you the finished report. It handles the entire process.
So how does this virtual colleague actually pull all this off? It's not magic, believe it or not. There's a really clear, logical process happening behind the scenes that allows it to plan, and to act, and to create. So let's take a peek inside the agent's mind.
The secret sauce, really, is this planning phase. See, when you give an agent a goal, it doesn't just start typing randomly. First, it analyzes and deconstructs your request. Then, and this is the cool part, it creates a transparent action plan, a list of subtasks that you can actually see. After that, it gets to work, executing those steps using tools like web browsers or code interpreters. And finally, it refines the output based on the results. And it does all of this heavy lifting inside something called a sandbox environment. Just think of it like a secure, virtual computer that's completely isolated from your own machine. It's got internet access, a file system, it can run code, it has everything it needs to perform really complex tasks safely without ever touching your personal files. Okay, so that's the theory, but now let's see what happens when you actually put it all together. This is where you get to witness the real multimodal magic, how one single instruction can create a whole suite of different things, from text and images all the way to functional code. Okay, so this was the actual prompt given to an agent. Just look at the complexity here. It's not one question, it's an entire project brief. It's asking for market research, business strategy, graphic design, and web development, all from a single request. So, what did it deliver? Well, first up, the agent came back with the market research. It actually browsed the web, identified the key competitors, and synthesized all that data into this super clean, easy-to-read summary. I mean, this alone would have taken a person hours to pull together. Then, using that research, it built out a strategic marketing plan. And it didn't just list facts, it made actual recommendations. It figured out the target audience, it came up with the marketing message, and it even suggested a pricing strategy. This is a huge leap from just collecting data to actual strategic thinking. But this is the part that is just truly mind-blowing. On top of all the research and the marketing plan, the agent used its tools to design, code, and then deploy a live, functional landing page for the product. I'm not talking about a mock-up, I mean a real website, all from that one initial prompt. So, if an agent can handle a complex, one-off project like that, what's the next logical step? Well, it's moving from single projects to full-blown automation. It's about taking all of your routine work and just putting it on autopilot. Seriously, just think about that for a second.
The weekly reports you have to write, the daily news summaries, the social media updates, all those essential but repetitive tasks. What if they just happened, reliably, in the background without you having to lift a finger?
And this is a perfect example of what that could actually look like. You could schedule an agent to send you an industry summary every Monday morning, to draft the weekly newsletter every Wednesday, and to compile a performance report for you every Friday, ready for the weekend. This isn't just about saving time anymore. It's about creating a reliable, automated operating system for your job.
And that really brings us to the ultimate goal here. This isn't about replacing people. It's about elevating our work. By automating the routine, the repetitive, the boring stuff, it frees up our time and our mental energy for the things that we humans do best, high-level strategy, real creativity, and dreaming up the next big idea.
So I'll leave you with this thought. We are entering an era where we can have a virtual colleague that's an absolute expert at execution, at handling the how. So the real question for all of us is, with that kind of power at our fingertips, what amazing, ambitious, and important what are we going to dream up next?